You probably not familiar, but we had a whole beef at one point, So, and then we all grew past it, and then the dope part about that, we had mutual friends in between us that put us together. It was like, what? Lazy, what? And you know what I'm saying? And they got us together to start working, and since that time forward, I just been cool with them. Them like my brothers.
What was the beef about? What you start? Was it?
Who the fuck started rapping fast first? You know what I'm saying? You had everybody doing it. Me, Tretch, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was claiming that they was the first fast rapper.
That's right. That's right.
Then you had so many people start doing it that after a while we started to recognize ourselves as pioneers of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so.
Real legend.
I'm Michael Jordan of it though. And
just so they know.
What up? It's your boy Twista right here, and this is 50.com. You dig?
Yo, Twista, what's up, baby?
What's up, Jack?
How you doing, man?
Man, I'm chilling,
Twista
man.
is in the building. Come on, man.
I'm here.
Hey, bro, how often niggas be thinking like you was in Do or Die?
All the time. I don't
Like
mind
even to this
that.
day?
Yeah, I don't mind that. I'm the honorary member of Do or Die.
Now, coming out of Chicago, I want to say you were one of the first motherfuckers to books out of Chicago on some commercial shit outside of was Crucial Conflict the same time as you, or you was before them?
I think like me and Common dropped the album the same year. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. His first album and my first album dropped the same year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So at that time, you know how it is right now when somebody pop off in Atlanta, somebody pop off in California or something like that, then you start seeing a burst of a whole bunch of different Atlanta rappers coming out, a burst of a whole bunch of different people from California popping out of you. Same thing in Chicago.
Yeah.
Like when Chief Keef came out, now you see what's dude Fredro Santana and all these other guys and whatnot. The drill music becomes a phase.
Yes,
Did
sir.
you see that back then? Because of course, there's a lot of people that didn't come out.
Yeah, I definitely seen like my influence, Common's influence, things we was doing. Like especially when you like the only one of the only ones, you definitely gonna have an influence on the sound and the vibe of the city. A lot of the guys tell me now, like, man, you were a big influence on what was going on back then. So I definitely see it. Definitely. It was cool. Like I was from the west side, Common was from the south side. He was more like hip hop lyrical. Mine was like kind of more of a street vibe, so it was cool. We was two different lanes, but we was affecting people in different ways.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Because when you put Twista next to Common, it's not the same thing. You can't put y'all in this like the same, what they call them, genres now. Y'all would be in two different genres of rap.
Genres.
Yeah. And what would you call your genre at that time?
At that time, man, my shit was so different. I probably was some weird shit at that time. At that time, it was get that fast shit out of here. We don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So people had to grow into my vibe. Yeah.
Did that discourage you and shit? Was they trying to play you like you was a sucker MC because you rap fast or a weirdo? Or?
Yeah. Like I wasn't considered the same type of dope that a lyricist was that had slow raps or that rap like, they was from here or the East Coast vibe or something like that. So I had to fight my vibe in. Then you had different artists start coming out with that vibe, and we was all battling to see who was the first fast rappers and shit like that.
And of course, you took the cake and whatnot, getting inside the Guinness Book of World Records.
Man, yeah, held it down for a while too. I thought somebody was gonna break. Yeah, man, one of you little young shorties, man. I gotta remember his name, man. Somebody gotta look it up for me. I gotta remember his name.
But hold on. It shouldn't count if the shit don't make sense. Did it make sense, the shit he was saying?
I'm sure it made sense, because they gotta have a speech therapist count the syllables and shit. But the cool part was it didn't happen till like after like 10 years and shit. Yeah, so nobody.
Okay. What year you got inducted inside again?
Mine was like, it was probably like 92 or 3 or something like that. Yeah.
92 or 93.
Somewhere in there. Yeah.
And then
could be wrong.
2000, the early 2000s and whatnot.
Yeah,
that's when.
Yeah. And so people don't know that like the record that like once they start breaking the record, it's kind of like a max speed in there you can get. So I held those syllables back because I thought somebody was gonna break it. So I broke the record and I was trying to do like 600 syllables in a minute. Then I missed a couple. You know what I'm saying?
600 syllables?
Yeah, yeah.
That's fucking nuts, man.
Yeah.
At what point, who was the person that, like, you know, saw that, yo, this guy is talented and deserves to be on mainstream? Do you remember him?
It was a few people. One was Faye Dunaway. That was the person from
Sounds very familiar.
yeah, Loud Records, but it was Loud Promotions at the time. So a lot of people don't know that the first artist that was signed to Loud Records was me. You know, and a guy by the name of Faye that was working for Loud flew me out to California, and then Steve Rifkin heard me, and you know, my manager at the time, Eric the Wiz, guy from Chicago that was working at GCI, you know, we all kind of caught a vibe, and that's what sparked the whole Twista thing right there. Yes, sir.
Well, so Twista, man, do you have a label right now? Are you putting the artists out yourself? Because I don't ever remember Twista having an artist.
Not an artist to that caliber that you're gonna be able to recall and be like, oh, this the artist he blew up, or that's the artist he blew up. But just like everybody, man, you got people that you believe in, and if you're an artist and you got that entrepreneur vibe and you started your label, you're gonna try to put your homeboys on, or somebody from the city, or you know. So I definitely got people that I mess with and vibe with under my GMG label that sometimes we might put a record out or do a certain thing and catch that vibe, but nothing has happened yet that spark to that point where I can, you know, sit back like some of these other guys, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, and do my thing, you know, so.
What do you accredit that to? Because I even heard Snoop Dogg say it. He said, man, you know, I done a lot of stuff inside this industry, but I never could create a star. It was so hard to get somebody that just got that quality that transcend where everybody understand that.
Yeah, I think it's like, man, gambling. I think sometimes you just catch that right one. You know what I mean? And then some people just got the knack for it. Like, you know, Dr. Dre, he can see that shit. You know what I mean? He can see Eminem or Snoop. Like, you know, then some artists, you can see it, but the artist might not necessarily go as far as you want to. Like, you even got like people like a Ludacris or, you know, people that you know are talented and got the right people around that can make it happen. But it's like the lottery, man. You gotta find that right one and the right time, because you see Luda had 2 Chainz shining like that, but then they sprouted at their own time. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta be lucky, man, to be working with the right person at the right time. You know what I'm saying?
And like I've heard stories about people, Eminem coming to a lot of different artists like Fat Joe and there's a couple of other people.
And they passed on them.
And they passed on them. Hey, did you ever pass on the Brat? Did you ever pass on Ludacris and all? Who did you pass on?
I'm gonna tell you what record, man, that we passed on that pissed me off, man. I think it was motherfucking Riding Dirty, man. It might have been Riding Dirty by Chamillionaire. It was something else too, man. It might have been a fucking Soulja Boy record. A few records, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a few records, man. Yeah, a few records.
And do you know why you would pass on something like that at the time? What the mind frame was?
Just not understanding that shit at the time. Not understanding that hip hop and this rap shit is a youth driven sport.
Right.
And that sometimes the next thing that come up and you do like that you might not understand. It's just you not understanding that next new thing coming at that time. You know, so my shit be wide open now. I might hear some pots and pans. I might give it a chance for a minute right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's funny you say. Cause I'm just getting more open minded now.
Yeah, you got it.
There's a bunch of new shit out there, and I have no idea why it's popping.
Man.
But it ain't for me because I'm 37 now, and so the shit that I'm used to listening to, like the Twistas and the Ludacris, everybody we just named and whatnot, for me to just adapt to what's going on with the drill music, and then you got the mumble rappers and all. It's so much.
It's a lot.
It's so much
for us. Yeah, because we only had so much to vibe and comprehend from a certain era, and now everybody just pushing the button. So you got all these different artists, you know what I'm saying? So I think the thing that make it lock for us though is when you got some shorty around, it might be a little brother or nephew or somebody around that knows all of the guys and you relate to them, and that person always gets you up on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember watching, I think it was Andre 3000 was saying that his son put him up on a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? So it's always cool to have somebody around younger that you can be like, hey, who is that? Or what's up with that? You know what I mean?
And that's how you keep from becoming the old nigga.
Yeah. That's how you keep from becoming the old nigga. Like once you stop caring about the new gym shoes, once you stop caring about the new shoes that's coming out and start thinking that all the new rappers whack, then you turn it old.
Turn it old, yeah. And now I'm over here, I'm trying to make myself, he's dope.
Yeah,
dope.
Find something in that shit. You got to find something in that shit.
It's hard, man. It's so fucking. Cause everybody bobbing to. I be in the club sometimes because as you being in the industry, you have to go out sometimes. And I'm inside the audience, and I'm the only nigga that's standing up straight where everybody
going crazy.
What the fuck is this shit?
You know what I mean?
And I'm confused. It feel like I just got out of jail.
Yeah,
in some instances.
And you don't want to feel like that.
I hate it. I hate feeling that way, and I want to catch up. Yeah. I want to catch up, and I want to genuinely fuck with it. I'm trying to find a formula with myself to keep up with the new niggas. And so, what you working on right now? We up in this 2019. Where does Twista fit in right now? How do you feel the pressure, or you just
ain't no
running
pressure. Yeah, ain't no pressure. I heard a saying. It was Pastor Troy. I'm seeing him, he was chilling. He had his motherfucking belt on his shoulder. We was in the A and shit, and he was just standing in the shower. I said, man, Troy, what up, man? Woo, we talking. I said, man, what's up, man? What you been on? And that man sat back and said, man, I just been legend living, man. And ever since I heard that man say that, that's been my whole vibe right there. You know what I'm saying? I heard Pastor Troy, say legend living. That's what I've been doing, Joe. Legend living, doing the type of music I want to do, when I want to do it, moving how I want to move, being truly free. You know what I'm saying? So.
Cause it ain't nothing worse when you see the old nigga still dressing young and shit and and he's not being himself anymore.
You can't help it sometimes, though. Every once in a while, the old nigga gonna see something. Every once in a while, you gonna try it. You gonna be like, you know what I mean? I slip up every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Throw a little fit on. Like, come back off of it.
Hold on, jeans too skinny. Don't do that.
No, I ain't let them get too skinny. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, they fit it.
They got to look close one time, and Cole from Crucial Conflict called me out. We was in the dressing room one time. He seen me. Man, twisted them motherfucking pants, man. Yeah. So I had to be careful, So.
Right. Because it can get addictive.
It don't get addictive when you slip up and somebody call you out on it. That's your peer. You be like,
right.
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You was finna make a point.
No, I was just finna say what I had, because you asked me what I was working on or what,
Yeah.
New Twista shit. You know what I'm saying? New project. The shit is called Summer 96. Why? Because I want niggas to feel that vibe, even though I like the new niggas.
We was just talking about 96
I want you to feel my vibe. Man, because that's what it's about. My shit is called Summer 96 because I'm trying to bring you back to that vibe with my style and just that whole energy of that era right there. That's the name of my project.
That was one of the best years of my life. That's when I went to high school. That's when I dropped out of high school. The Tupac and Biggie, all that shit was going on.
That's one of the biggest things I remember. Tupac and Biggie and everything that was happening with them.
Yep. Then you had the burst of the R&B niggas with Jagged Edge and fucking 112 and all that shit that popped off right in the year.
You laid it out.
You laid it out. But it was the last year of Freak Nick. I really don't count 97.
Damn, that was.
Yep. 97, I really don't count it. It was
whack 97, right?
Yeah,
they had barriers 97. And all this.
All of that. They was this one girl running butt naked through the street. Then they got real was down. Yeah.
Woo.
That was hard for me. It was very hard for me. Man. I was 14 years old. I'll never forget it. Never forget it. Traumatized to this day. Man. And when the young bucks in here right now, he was just talking about Freak Nick. This past year, he just missed that shit. And I like, no, you been missed that shit. If you ever came to Freak Nick. Did you ever make it to Freak Nick?
This time it was just the title of a show, I think.
It was a show. I
made it back in the days, but I ain't really kick it the way everybody else got to kick it. I just kind of visualized it a little bit. I was young back then. I ain't getting it like I could have, but like now when I see it, it was really just the title of a show. The whole theme and everything was kind of different. You know what I mean? But definitely the Freak Nick, man, spawned a lot of freaky shit. A lot of turned up events. Yeah. So you took it somewhere else. I was saying a lot of turned up events.
Yeah, them clinics was turned up like a motherfucker. They were all the way turned up.
I can imagine.
Yeah, that started what is it, the CDC in Atlanta? That shit had started like, everybody knew what a clinic was then.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, you had to really goddamn watch out who you was putting your dick in after freak nigga. Because you would explode, nigga. You just see a nigga walking down the street and it's boom. Like, oh shit, one of them freak niggas. Oh, yeah, you caught the freak nigga. Yeah. Word. So you're Twista, man. Let's talk about 1996, man. Do you remember where you was in 1996? What was your mind state?
Working on music, man. I was busting on the scene. So it was my time. I felt like right in that time, in my head, I'm the coldest rapper in the game or about to be in the game. I got my new vibe, new sound, how I want to do it, and I was ready to bust on the scene and just a witness to a lot of the stuff that you was talking about, like, with Biggie and Pac, and just seeing music transform around that time, So 96 was like the birth for what I was doing, so I recognized a lot of stuff happening around that time.
Yeah. Did you ever get a chance to bump into Tupac and Biggie?
Yeah, definitely. Biggie I bumped into in Chicago. We didn't really get a chance to conversate too good, but he did a show. What was the name of the place? I forgot the name of the place, man, but it was dope, man. He performed and everything. It was a small club. My manager got us in at the time. I don't think we was even old enough, I ain't sure. But we came up in there. It was cool. And I got a chance to see him do his thing, but like I said, I ain't talked to him. Tupac, I got a chance to actually conversate with for a minute backstage at a I think it was a Digital Underground show, and we chopped it up, and he was talking about coming to Chicago and fucking with me. You know what I'm saying?
So you met Pac before Pac was Pac?
Yeah, I met Pac before he was like, well, no, it was
Digital Underground?
When Juice came out.
When Juice came out.
Yeah, right around the time when Juice came out.
That's when Tupacalypse was out,
The
right?
reason I remember was because he had the hoodie on that he wore in Juice when he came into the radio station. I was doing an interview, I think, with Sway. Sway was still in college at the motherfucking radio station.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Talk about some super history right
that's
there.
That's some history right there.
Would you like to see a Twista biopic, though? Like, after seeing, the New Edition and the Bobby Browns and whatnot, would you like to see your story? Could it be a miniseries? Because there's a lot of shit we don't know about Twista.
It probably could, I mean, it'll be a lot of, like, niggas used to want to kill me. Like, when I first came out, niggas didn't want to kill me until I came out rapping, The street shit, I always kept myself on a certain profile, but once I got famous, became famous, that's when all the drama and shit started. So a lot of people don't know certain songs that I was writing on Adrenaline Rush was hideout mode. Motherfuckers had to tuck Twista away because they were trying to kill Twista, goddamn.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So we'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later. Okay. Not necessarily me, but everybody, all my relatives, everybody around me was. And the only thing that saved me was rap shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, me looking at rap shit saved me and shit. But it'd be different shit than what people thought. Like, what made you want to rap and shit like that? It be motherfuckers like Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick and the Fat Boys and shit like that. The Fat Boys probably made me want to rap more than anybody.
Dog, there's nothing wrong with that. The Fat Boys
Swear
was
to God,
dope as
man.
fuck.
The Fat Boys was cold in the motherfucker, man.
The disorderly movies and all that shit.
Yeah.
That shit, that was
they was holding their own. At no point during Crush Groove did you feel like their music didn't compare to everybody else shit on it.
Absolutely correct.
So
absolutely
them
correct.
Dougie Fresh, all of like that. That's what saved me though from being in the street like that. Yeah.
Hey, do you have any regrets? Is there anything that you would do differently?
Probably it's a bunch of stuff. The first thing that popped in my head though was
I saw it was right there. You like
put certain stipulations in my contract with Atlantic, so when the thing came around with me and Kanye doing our thing, my whole Roc-a-Fella thing could have happened. That's what
you finna go to Roc-a-Fella?
Yeah, that was gonna happen.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it was a whole. Like right around the time Slow Jams came out, we was actually all trying to make that thing happen on a bigger scale than what happened. So like, and I still would have been with Atlantic, but we were gonna work it out some kind of way, but that shit ain't working out.
Well, what you think held that situation back? Cause that was a hell of a big record.
I was locked in, into my situation that I was in. I was locked in a way where parties couldn't come to a mutual agreement, so the shit can go where it needed to go. But
And when you say that, when you saying parties like with, did you have any control over it, or at that time you were still inside of a?
Yeah, I'm an artist at that time.
Yeah, you wasn't thinking about the business part.
No, I'm thinking about it, but ain't shit I can do about it. Two different things.
It's way two different things.
Yeah, so you know.
And so this contract that you signed with Atlantic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And renegotiating. Are you inside a different situation right now? Are you independent? Is Twista right now?
Yeah, yeah. Twista is free thinking spirit, free to do what I want to do, like I want to do.
What does independence mean to you? You know, coming from that era to now, because you was in there when the machine was the machine.
Yeah.
Now you got to be the machine.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the way a lot of people like it, and that's kind of the way it should be. You know, you can learn business, but I think a lot of artists, they do this and they aren't in a position to have to learn it. But I think being independent puts you in a position where you have to learn it. You know what I mean? And give you ownership. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about at the end of the day, ownership. So today, independence to me don't just mean being not on a big label, but independent mean being able to do whatever you want to do creatively when you want to do it and financially be able to do it. And not have to ask nobody for shit.
And Twista, what's something about you that people would be surprised to know, like a hobby and whatnot? Because they say you come from that mysterious era of when you didn't know nothing about your superstars and shit. You know? And now we in the reality show.
Well, I pretty much told, like, as far as me being a barber and being able to draw, nigga couldn't dance or none of that shit, hoop or none of that. I tried to hoop, that shit ain't work out. I kept getting hit in the face and shit, breaking fucking fingers up. It just ain't work out. My mind ain't coordinated real good.
I got one eye. I tried to do the same shit. I even went for boxing. I tried to do a boxing match and whatnot. I got my ass whooped.
Oh,
a couple
that's right.
years ago.
You did fucking around with the boxing.
Yeah, it didn't go good.
But you jumped out there though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You learn from your failures.
First 45 seconds, I was the man though.
Man,
hey, you ain't know this stamina come into play
that
too.
stamina come into play. Yeah, you
and
probably
I look
would
way better than Andy Ruiz. I look way. My body wasn't right, but it wasn't like Andy Ruiz. And whatnot, I had more. That's why I really respect Andy Ruiz. Like, cause I looked at him and I was like, I could beat that nigga's ass. But now I'm like, it's a whole other level of fat that I don't even know about. Hey, Twista, man, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show, man.
Man, likewise, man, likewise.
I know you got some more famous shit to do. I'm not gonna hold you up. Is there anything you want to say that this is 50 before we get up out of here?
Man, shout out to 50. You know what I'm saying, big bro. Everybody go grab that new project. It's called Summer 96. And man, some shit on there. You know what I'm saying? And be looking forward to what I'm doing in 2020. And my boy Sonny Woods say go download his mixtape. What's the name of it? Pink Gorilla. And make sure y'all fuck with my homie B Hype. What Would You Rather Do? His single. And fuck with my boy Jack Thriller.
Hey man, I'm gonna go download that Pink Gorilla, man, right now just cause it's called Pink Gorilla. I'm off real. Man, hey, hold on, since you here, man, you wanna lay a couple bars down real quick? Alright, oh shit. Alright, well then never mind. He ain't gonna do that. Well, like I always say.
You was so geek to say that shit, boy. You get off the hook without me, right off the hook.
Word. Hey, you just can't say you real or something. You gotta be, man. We over and we out of here. Do have something in mind. Y'all go to commercial. And don't kiss them hoes in the mouth unless you got to.